Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're jumping back into our game with Middle-Aged Olm. It's turn 45. And while maybe only a couple days has passed for you, for me, since the last time I recorded, it's been about a week and a half. It was about Thanksgiving when I recorded this, so there's a pretty big lag when from when I actually play the game to when I record it. Anyway, and then to when you see it, it's an even bigger lag. So, anyway, turn 45. We are at war with, or we're cleaning up the last of Uruk, and we're preparing to fight a relay since they are very close to a throne victory. We get our cure-all elixir back from Bandar Log, and we are continuing to cast reanimation. We found a few blood slaves, which is pretty nice. We're doing a lot of this with our preachers, who can't really do anything else. They're basically sitting around waiting to carry their bows of war into combat, but they don't need to do it now. And they can't research, so they're going to blood hunt. Unfortunately, it's going to make a lot of unrest and kill some population, but that's okay. We see a battle in Falegra, Bandar Log. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this is a little light raiding squad. I don't think this is going to be successful, actually. These guys are pretty good, and they would probably win. But I'm worried that the monkeys are going to rout and cause these guys to rout. It's going to be really close. It's really a question of who routs first. Yeah, and the monkeys rout. Yeah, not a fan of the Atavi, really. I think if you're gonna play Bandar, you go with the Markata or the bigger guys, the Bandar Warriors. So there we go. And as I predicted somewhat, we see that Falegra, who I believe at this point has gone AI, he wins the day. And here we go. We see... Oh, so a Scrotty gets killed. Let's watch this. Going in... Was this Abyssia's cap? It looks like it. Okay, Fire Elementals. Those are going to be a little hard. Mind Burn coming down. Mind Burn's going to hurt. Okay, this is a pretty good dude. He's got Heroic Battle Prowess, so he has increased attack. Flesh Eater, so he's going to go Berserk. Vine Shield. Horror Helmet, he's Sacred, which is going to give him a lot more regen and some reinvigoration and some quickness, so he doesn't need to cast that. Not actually totally sure about this choice here. The reinvigoration is nice. The additional regeneration is kind of nice too, but it's a little bit diminishing returns on regeneration. I like the extra fatigue reduction, Ring of Regeneration. This is too much regen, especially if you have a ring. This is a mistake. You want more armor here. Especially if you're fighting Abyssia, you probably want some kind of... I guess he has a little bit of fire resistance, but I think he cast that with a spell. You want probably like a fire armor, and I would have forged it for him if he had asked. I mean, I'm not really interested in Jotunheim beating Abyssia. I just would do it for, for some gems. Yeah, like these fire elementals are going to hit pretty hard. Oh, and then Mind Burn. Ooh, hurts. Was that what killed him? Gotta go through all that? Okay, I don't know what killed him. Some events. We've got a Cult of Gaia popping up here. That's unfortunate. I hate that event. At first I thought it was good, but then I realized it was really bad. Gold. Here we go. It's a pretty sweet event. And we got some unrest. That was the gold event. Ring of Frost. That actually will be useful later, potentially. Okay. We get attacked by some of the Throne of Gaia events, which is awesome. So, That is about it. Now, we have breached this, so we're going to go ahead and storm this fort. I'm not going to send these guys inside because I don't really want to reveal that I have these... I'm sure people are scouting this battle. I don't really want to reveal the Amazons in action, doing their stuff. Basically, all we're going to have here on this script... I'm going to try to get through a few turns this episode, too, since we're not quite doing anything yet. Yeah, we're basically doing... we're scripted with Fog Warriors here, but we're not casting it. I think we're just doing Legions of Steel and Strength of Giants. Yeah, that's about it. We haven't hit Alt 9 yet. We're on our way, though. Once we get Alt 9, I'll probably be doing Army of Gold or whatever in almost all my battles, but until then. Okay, so... I think the next move... we're going to send this scout back over this way. I want to see if Ryla's putting up a throne. I had a scout here, but I think I moved him out. So we're going to go back and check. Because if he is forting his throne, we are going to have to attack it immediately. Because Relay is very close to a throne victory. He's got 1, 2, 3. He needs 7 to win, but I don't think he's claimed this one yet. He's got that one, 1, 2, 3. Then he's got this one, which he can get. It's unclaimed. I think he's going to get it shortly. He has another lake one, which he can get. So that would be 4 and then 5. And then he's got this one, 6. He already has this one. So this one's already claimed by him. I think it's probably forted too. So that's 6. And then he only needs 1 more. And so the 1 more could be like this one. There's a ton of things which are 1 tile from the ocean. And he can move armies around with Gateway and Labs. So it's not looking good. We're not going to play this game and let him... The other thing is, if we ever want to win, we're going to need some thrones. And it's going to be... I would much rather take them from any player except from Relay. I hate fighting them. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Ideally... Best case scenario for me is he does not fort this, and we can remain peaceful neighbors, and until I get some kind of coalition of people to attack him. Or I decide who I'm going to attack. The problem is, if I attack anybody else, then Relay can do a throne victory. Like, just rush for throne, so that's kind of the decision I have to make. What do I do there? Let's see what our god is doing. I think he's up here. Okay, so he is making an Atlas of Creation. And that is... It costs a lot of nature and astral. Oops. And it's this item here. And I kind of like it a lot. For one, it gives you an astral booster. And an earth booster and a nature booster. And these are all things I can use. It's... total gem cost, it's more expensive than something like a Ring of Sorcery, which it does not quite the same, but kind of similar to. I mean, it doesn't give you Death and Blood. I mean, it's different than Ring of Sorcery, but it gives you almost as many magic paths. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get to cast Record of Creation every turn, which you can basically use this and move it through your labs to do it once every single turn, because you have to cast it in the same province that you're actually located in, but... it's a good way to increase your magic diversity too, just by getting gem income and things that maybe you hadn't site searched yet. And if you're OCD like me, and you really want to site search everything, it's a good way to make sure you didn't miss any of the higher level sites that you didn't potentially want to site search. So anyway, we're going to be making that. If I want to run up the Astral Ladder, that will be a good thing to have in my pocket. I don't think there's anything else. Okay. That there, I think. Do we have anything going on here? No, I don't. Did we find any sites? I think I must have talked about this in the previous episode. It's been a while since I recorded, like a couple weeks, so I don't totally remember where we left off, but this is going to be important later, basically for making, what do you call them? For making Worms That Walk, the Worm Mage. I can get them for super cheap, which I will be happy to do. We're moving people in here. Have I not given out all my... No, I probably... Because this guy's diseased and I'm moving him in, I probably should go ahead and put a cure-all elixir on one of these guys to get him all cured. But anyway, that is it for this turn. For turn 46, we'll pull that up now. I think I'm on turn like 56 or something in real time. Okay, so we cast Dark Knowledge. We found a Witch's Bog, which is kind of cool. 2-gem province, water and death, and water is something we are going to be wanting more of. Whereas we haven't really had access to that at all until we got our... Oh, we haven't gotten them yet, but we're going to be getting them. Yeah, so we'll talk about climbing up into water soon. But anyway, this is going to be good, because it's going to start giving us some of that much-needed water income as we climb up into water. We have successfully infiltrated Abyssia and Phalegra. That doesn't really matter. We didn't infiltrate Jotunheim. I don't know if we're going to look at Scoregrass this episode, but do it soon. Phalegra versus Bandarlog. Okay, he has a little mage core, so he is going to get, most likely, let's go ahead and do team-colored tiles. He's most likely going to catch that Tyrant. These are really good units. So as he does Enslave Mind... Okay, he's got him. Yeah. Yeah. So this is pretty cool, the old Enslave Mind spam. Gotta love it. Got to love it. In a hard-up fight, this is not a very big army, so relying on these guys to kind of do all the work is a bit tricky, but it's working out for him. I think he's gotten 3 Tyrants so far. Okay, we clear out the fortress. It's kind of trivial. We're not going to watch that. And then this is actually a kind of real Bandarlog army. Let's see what he's got going on here. He's taking this fort, a bunch of tigers, and again, it's a bunch of people guarding a communion. Or they're holding attacking around a communion. And he has converted most of the boulder hurlers. How many did he get? Okay, nothing really. I think these were all PD, so... Don't get to keep PD if you enslave them, unfortunately. Oh, look at this event. One of your blood hunters has become more attuned to sanguine magic. He's gotten blood magic +1, so let's go check out that dude. Okay, so here he is. We have a blood dude. Now this is really good. I don't know if I've ever gotten this event before. I guess it can happen if you're blood hunting. And yeah, we got a free blood 1 dude, which is awesome, because we're going to go ahead and have him make... he's going to make himself a sanguine dowsing rod and start searching in a minute. But for now, we're doing a Ring of the Warrior. And the reason is... I think we're casting a golem this turn. And let me find out where we're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it down here. So we're casting golem construction. The thing is, I need... Relay has... We thought it was an utter vast, but I think it's just a vastness, which is a very good high extreme mobility hero, or unit, commander. It's Astral 3. It can go basically anywhere on the map every turn. And it has damage reversal, a lot of HP. It's very hard to kill. It's ethereal. It won't really be able to kill an army, but it can kill an infinite amount of PD, basically. And they're very good at raiding, especially if you have a good scout network up, so that you know what is where. That said, if we have a golem to chase after it, we will be able to at least keep it from coming into our lands and hopefully outright kill it. So that will be a little mini game we're going to play. But anyway, we're getting a golem. We're making some stuff to get to go on the golem. One of the things I want to have, golems have bad attack and defense. And I want this guy to be able to jump into PD and tank an infinite amount of PD, and to do that we need to fix our HP regen problem. There's a few ways to do it. Most of them have to do with death if you want to do it on a lifeless chassis, like the Golem. So we're making a Wraith Sword. So the Golem's going to have a Wraith Sword. It's going to have a Ring of the Warrior, most likely, though it could have something else. We're going to put a copper arm on it, because normally a Wraith Sword is a two-handed weapon, so it would not be able to have anything else. But I think I want to put that on it, and then marble armor, most likely, and a charcoal shield. So that will help him deal with chaff and sustain, and he should be able to chop up a vastness if he does that. And then also be generally effective for other things. So we'll kit him out next turn, but just know we're building him. The other thing I need to do is I need to climb up into water. And if you have the water death cross path, okay, basically, there's a pretty easy way to get it. One, we could just do Troll Kings, but what we're going to do instead is Stream of Hades. And that is... in some ways, it's not as good for climbing into water as Sea King's Court, because you need to have higher base water to cast it. We should be able to do that. We have Staff of Elemental Mastery. We have Water 1. So Water 1 plus Staff of Elemental Mastery, that gets us to 2. We're making the Water Bracelet this time, that gets us to 3. And then we have the Robe of the Magi, which gets us to 4. So then we can cast that, and this is a Water 3 Death 3 Mage. And it doesn't have upkeep. And the Sea King's Court actually has a fair amount of upkeep, but you do get some more water gems, but it's also more expensive. So we're doing this. Maybe the Sea King Court would be better, because I could use the trolls potentially to go underwater and attack Relay if I ever decide to later, but there are a lot of upkeep. I'm not planning on doing that soon, so we're going to save gems. So that is how we climb into water. And then with that, I can cast any of the water spells I really want to afterwards, because, yeah, we're gonna go from basically one water, which can get to 4 with boosters, to 3 water, which can get to 6 with boosters, or more. No, 6, I think, right now. So, pretty good there. In terms of movement, okay, we see a fortress is under construction. Now, I don't really want to attack Relay, but I'm not going to let him fort this. I'm just not. So I think I probably sent him a message, yeah. So I say, well, given your throne situation, we will need to claim this throne. For the interest of the peoples of Endworld, we have no nap. We have known that, but we have remained at peace since there was little to gain from one of us attacking the other. That said, we will need to take this throne. We don't have any designs on your Agarthan lands, though if you would like for this to become a full-scale conflict, then we will extend the battlefront as well. So, anyway, that's basically what's happening. We're going to go attack this. I don't think he's going to anticipate it, so I'll probably get to claim it. Which, if nothing else, I'm doing some economic damage by killing his fort. Which is a nice way to start a war off. We're going to be moving here. I think I want this army to come kill Phalegra's capital. Bandar kind of has designs on it, but he just lost a big battle trying to take it. Now, he could move this whole stack in, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to move this way and take this, and then I'm going to make a decision next turn and in the next episode whether I go for Phalegra or not. So that's basically it. We have a bunch of people on Guard Commander. This guy doesn't, which is kind of a problem. But we're not going to get assassinated here, because he doesn't know we've declared war yet. Our High Temple is operational. We are getting a better fort here. It will be up next turn. I think, one thing I want to do, and it's something I don't always talk about when I'm kind of going back through the turns. If I play them, it takes too long. I would never get through a full series, but I do want to talk a little bit about building units, because it's one thing you don't really see me doing. A lot of these forts, you'll notice I'm building units, not mages, and often you don't want to do that, but the thing is, we're going to need units. With my Earth Mages, especially once I hit Alt 9, my guys are going to become really strong, but having just more Earth Mages, especially versus things like Soul Slay or Enslave Mind Spam, I need bodies, and I need a lot of bodies. So, and especially as I prepare for a war, I'm going to shift more into unit production than mage production. A lot of times you see me playing free spawn nations, which you don't really have to worry about the unit production. You're always going to get unit production, and in those cases you generally want to do mage production. Coming down here, one thing that's important with Ulm is I want to be getting some smiths in my new fort so that I can have some production there. I really need to generate production on this side of the battlefield so I don't have to route things from up top. But yeah, that's basically what's happening. Like here you can see we can't build many dudes per turn, so we have to fix that. These guys don't have night vision, do they? So that's it for this turn. In terms of globals, Mother Oak and Earthblood Deepwell are up, and that is about it. So we will have a war with Relay, for better or worse. This is not a war I want. I mean, sometimes you get into wars because you want to eat somebody. That is not what this war is. First of all, this Relay seems so far to be quite competent. He ate Agartha pretty handily. I know how Relay plays. And I know they love getting thrones and then putting forts on them and never letting anybody touch them. So, I don't know. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to do my part to chip in and take it. This is not a war I want to be in. The last thing I want is to have Relays sniping all my stuff, but whatever. So be it. We will see you next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.